What's up, you guys? Welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Myoshi Mac, and today is the first segment of the Mac University series. So with this series, I am going to be focusing on a ton of makeup basics, tips, tricks, and everything to help you get a flawless face makeup application. Whatever it is that you guys need, welcome to class, bitches. Today's first segment is going to be focused on brows. Now, brows are the most important thing on your face, sweetheart. I know they say the eyes are the windows to the soul, but the eyebrow is the curtains. I'm gonna make sure brows is on fleek always, so that way, whether you're wearing makeup or not, you always have poppin' ass brows. First things first, you're gonna need three things. You're going to need an eyebrow razor. This one is from Kiss. You can find it at the drugstore, like Rite Aid, Dwayne Reed, CVS, etc. You're going to need a pair of brow scissors. These are actually a bougie ass pair. These are from Billion Dollar Brows. You want them to be nice and sharp. You're also going to need an eyebrow brush and comb. First step is you're going to want to brush out those brows. So I brush them upward so that way I can see exactly what it is that I'm working with. I have real bushy ass eyebrows. Oh my god. The next step after you've brushed out your brows is you're going to want to apply some sort of like lotion or oil or serum to your face. So today I'm going to be using the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Oil Infused Serum. It says a balance of hydration and nourishment. Hey little guy. I purchased this little kit because I needed a new skincare kit, and I like to purchase the value set so that way I can try multiple items in the line at one time. So if you guys are interested, I will link this down below. I actually really do love this, and I have some content about skincare coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. We're not going to get too deep into it. Taking a cotton round, you're just going to put a little bit of the oil on there, and you're just going to apply this all around the perimeter. This is going to allow for dirt to come off, number one. Number two, is going to make sure that you have some slip to your skin so that way the blade glides along easily. Take your blade, and I like to start from the top, so let me just do this. All right, I like to start from the top, and I like to just go down like that. See? Okay. So I'm just gonna, I like to pull up just a little bit so that way I can really get to it. And you just go around shaping your arch. I like to follow my natural arch, so I'm not gonna take too much off. Now for this part, I like to go under, making like swiping motions like that. Now once we have our arch nice, defined, and cleaned up in this section, I'm going to just start to clean up right underneath the front of my brow. So for this part, it gets a little tricky because I kind of have two different eyebrows. What helps to like kind of make sure that you don't take too much off is if you go in and start to trim the top of your brow with the scissors. So that's what I'm gonna do to keep myself in check. So I'm just gonna trim it off like that. So now right here I can see exactly what needs to be cleaned off because it looks very like not a straight line. So that's what I'm gonna do. And what you want to do is you just take the actual tip of the blade and you're just going to drag it across like that. And that's the easiest way I can explain it. Now I'm going to flip the blade over and just get those little hairs that kind of naturally just come down here. I don't know, everybody might not have that, but I do. That's as good as I'm gonna take this one. Next step is to brush down your hairs like so, and whatever isn't perfectly aligned, we're just gonna cut that off. Eyebrows done. Say hi. Can you say hi? I love you. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. This is the final look at my brow. I love them. This eyebrow is always, my whole life, has always been better than this one, but you know, we do what we can, you know, we make it work regardless. First step to filling in your brows is I always recommend to use a micro brow pencil. So the one that I have with us today is the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is in the shade dark brown. I have a couple of other recommendations that you can use if you don't want to spend, you know, $20+ on an eyebrow pencil. Totally get that. A comparable item would be the NYX micro brow pencil. Those are amazing. They think they're like anywhere between $7 to $9 per pencil. Then you also have the Morphe brow pencil, which is really bomb. I think that one's like $8 or $9. What we're gonna do is make sure our brows are in place, like our little hairs. First step is I like to start underneath the brow. That's just my thing. It's easier to just get this line put into place because then you can see where you need to actually fill. A lot of the time people overfill their eyebrows and I hate that for them, so we're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut that out right now. You hear me? We're not overfilling. We're not. You have eyebrow hair for a reason, babe. And if you don't, we'll fake it, and I'll show you how to do that too. I kind of like to start my line away from where my actual eyebrow hairs are placed. And I'll explain why in a moment. So I'm just gonna start like right here and lightly, very lightly, I should add, because you don't want a really harsh line, but you want a line, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna very lightly do some strokes along the length of my eyebrow, and I stop basically where my hair stopped, just a little bit after. And now you can see where we need to fill. You can see those little gappy areas. So what we do is we mimic hair strokes with our brush, well, with our pencil. So I'm going to just follow the way that my hair grows, and I'm going to mimic brush strokes by dragging my pencil lightly upwards. You don't color it in. This isn't a coloring book, babe. This is your face, okay? So we're gonna do nice light strokes like this. And the reason I like to drag it out in the beginning of my brow is because I will put some fake hairs there and it just kind of like looks nice when I'm doing the rest of my face. Like, you just want to lightly brush that up because we like natural brows. We don't like the oldie box looking brow. And for the top of my brow by my arch, you do downward strokes like this. Again, very light. You're only filling in what needs to be filled in. If you have eyebrow hair, because I'm aware like some people don't, and that's no shade, you know, that's why I'm teaching you guys how to do the strokes, but you only want to fill in what's necessary. Obviously, if you have more spaces to fill in, go so accordingly, but you want to use a very light and delicate touch because that is what's going to give you more of a softer, more natural looking brow. It'll still come off as like on fleek, obviously, but you don't want to have like very dark strokes because eyebrows are really not that dark. And now for the top, I only shape around my arch because I have a lot of definition in brow hairs in the front. So I don't want to make it too dark right here on my face. I don't, you know, I want everything to look very seamless and all put together. So what I'm going to do is a light stroke right about here and kind of mimic what I did on the bottom and just close the top of my brow and have it meet the tail. Very simple. And again, back in with some brush strokes, only where it's necessary. And then I'll lightly just kind of like bring it in a little bit. Just to make sure everything looks nice and seamless. And then we brush it out. Boom. And I'm gonna just do the same thing to the other side. The next step, and this is so important, and it's funny because I just started doing this, is you want to use a really good brow gel. So today's brow gel is by Billion Dollar Brows. I really like it actually, and this is the Billion Dollar brow gel. It's just a clear gel to help set and keep your brows in place. And you're just gonna want to brush through like so. And this also kind of gives you more of like a natural brow look because it's defining your brow hairs and makes them stand out just a little bit more. So if you like that brushed brow look, like brow gel is your friend. Final step to brows is cleaning them. So for cleaning your eyebrows and making sure like everything is nice and neat underneath, I have two recommendations. If you're doing a full face of makeup and you're someone like me who likes really highlighted features, I recommend using a concealer a shade lighter than your skin tone. If you're going for a more natural look like my girls who just fill in their brows, pop on some lashes and some clear gloss and just be on their way, I recommend either using a foundation or a concealer that exactly matches your skin tone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what it looks like with both. For the, I guess, highlighted brow, if you will, I'm gonna be using the Morphe concealer, and this is in the shade C265. It's a slightly lighter shade than the rest of my face, but kind of still is my color, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't, we match basically. And then for my more natural looking brow, I'm gonna be using the NARS creamy concealer. This is a little guy, isn't he so cute? I really just bought it because it's little. This is in the shade medium dark number 2, which is an exact pretty much shade to my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead with this first. I'm gonna be taking this flat tip brush. As you can see, she's well used and abused. This is what I use for my eyebrows every day. I can't tell you where it's from. I think it's honestly from Forever 21, but you can use any like flat shader brush. And as I mentioned, if you want like a natural looking brow, like if you're going for like a no makeup look, you can also use a foundation of yours that is an exact match to your skin and use that to shape your brows. It'll look so nice, so clean, and it'll kind of look like you just got like eyebrow tinting, which is fine. So yeah, pro tip, max tip. So to clean my brows, I use a very little bit. As you can see, it's just on the tip. So I'm going to start, I usually start like 3/4 in, or maybe about halfway in, right before the arch. And I just pat it down like so, and just follow the shape. Essentially what you're doing is just carving out your brow and making sure all the lines are nice and neat. I start in the middle because that's the most product is on the brush primarily, so I can kind of make it a lot neater if there's less product on the brush while I'm doing the front. So that's the rhyme and reason for that. But you just want to continue to follow the shape. I like to raise my eyebrows when I'm doing it so that the skin is stretched out and I can get a nice clean neat line. So I'm just gonna raise my brow, and the excess product we drag downwards onto the lid like so. And this eyebrow, she's a little thick, so I'm gonna take a little more off. And that's the natural brow. As you can see, it really doesn't look like I have on any makeup, which is nice. This is what I do, you know, on the days where I have to go to work and, you know, we wear masks and shit. So I like to have like a no makeup look when I go to work. Now for our glam brow, as I'll refer to it. And that is how I do my brows. As you can see, this one looks a lot more natural and just very like soft, if you will. And then this one has, you can see that it like stands out just a little bit more. Like I said, I got stupid eyebrows, so you know. They're not the same, but typically no one has the exact same eyebrow. You're blessed if you do, bitch. If you do, I tip my hat to you, because your girl got a square arch, a round arch, like it's all over the place. So that is the end of my brow basics tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a comment down in the description box for other things that you want to learn for the Mac University series. Comment if you learned anything new today, and show me your eyebrows. If you did any of these techniques, I want to see how they turned out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.